Hi, welcome to another episode of What the Future. It's already deep into fall time and it's still very hot outside, so I thought let's have an episode on climate change. But how does climate change affect the labor market? And how are the jobs that we see out there changing? And how does recruiting change? Now we already have the green thinking in our mind, but how does this attitude affect the way we hire? So we had a look at the occupational groups that are highly affected already by climate change today, as well as the ones that still need to step it up. So we crawled hundreds of thousands of jobs in Germany over the last years, and that enabled us now to make an analysis on how climate change in terms like environmental protection or climate protection, how they are actually reflected in there. In 2017, there was a total of 4,200 jobs in the area of climate change. Nowadays, in 2019, so 2 years later, that number actually increased by 50%, now reaching around 7,000 jobs. And also the number of companies that were searching for talent in this area has increased by 40% in this time period. So now let's have a look at the job and the occupational groups that are mostly affected by this. Number one are the technicians. That means engineers, architects and designers. So 30% of all the jobs that we found in this area are these technical jobs. In second place, with 17% of the jobs, are construction people, such as craftsmen and building technicians. So together, we see that around 50% of the jobs that we analyzed in the climate change area are technical jobs. That means technology has a very high influence on climate change and the labor market. Because only in third place is the first non-technical job, which are project managers in the area of environmental protection. So now let's have a look at the bottom side of the table. In last place, with only 1% of the analyzed jobs, are procurement people, including also logistics. So even though sustainability is a very big topic in these areas, such as child labor regulations or anti-corruption schemes, the topic of climate change has not influenced this area of work at all. To sum it up, let's have a look at the total share of climate-related jobs in the current labor market. We're talking about a little bit less than 1% of all the jobs that are currently posted that have an influence or an impact on climate change. So we see, even though this might be a small number, it is really a big part of today's labor market. So to testify this, let's search for another term, brown coal, which is especially in Germany a very big topic right now. If you're searching for jobs in the area of brown coal, you will only find about 60 jobs in all of Germany currently, which is a very, very small number. Now, if we look at CO2 jobs, so jobs that are related around CO2 reduction, not increase, of course, we see a whopping 1,200 jobs that are currently posted. So there's a big difference, 60 versus 1,200. And that, I think, really reflects how the labor market in Germany has already adapted very strongly towards a more climate-friendly working environment and more climate-friendly jobs. So the episode is coming to an end. At the very end, I would like to add that Germany is actually part of a leading team there in the world in terms of climate-friendly jobs, especially in the area of wind energy. And while overall I think we have achieved a very good status quo there, there's still a lot of potential for improvement. I hope you've liked the insights and I'm looking forward to see you next time. Bye bye.